If how you look has always been your calling card and you're worried with the idea of aging, or you're just generally worried about the idea of aging because you're looking at yourself in the mirror and what you see is changing, this video might be for you. Hello, my name is Lanre. Welcome to my channel where I discuss ideas and complexities of what it is that makes us human. Today, I'd like to talk about aging. If you pay attention, you will see all around you people trying to sell you products, trying to sell you a pill or a potion that promises to help you avoid the inevitable aging. I myself have fallen into some of these pressures where I'm buying a cream that will help my wrinkles disappear, help my skin look younger, that'll help my neck, all the lines in my neck disappear. There's always something being sold to us. The anti-aging and beauty industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry for a reason, because they know that people buy into this idea. There's something somewhere that will help you avoid the inevitable, which is aging. Today, I'd like to talk about why it is that we fear aging. What is it about aging that makes us afraid? There's no point avoiding talking about it. There's no point burying our head in the sand. A few videos back, I spoke about how somebody made a comment on another social media platform where somebody made a comment about my gray hairs. Right now, I've colored some of them. Maybe that's me falling for the pressure, but somebody made a comment about, oh, that's a lot of grays on your hair, and that how that bothered me, right? So I am no stranger to falling into the pressures of looking at yourself in the mirror and seeing the lines and seeing the grays coming out, and then trying to look for products to help slow down the process that you know is inevitable. The first thing I'd like to talk about is shame. We are afraid of the shame that comes from aging, and that shame is linked to productivity. We live in a system where milestones and productivity are celebrated. So, for instance, by the age of 20, you should have graduated university. By the age of 25, you should have started a good job. By the age of 30, you should have bought your house. By the age of 40, you should have had 3 children under your belt. By the age of 50, you should have maybe had a lot of investment portfolio. You should have had a lot of money in the bank. By the age of 60, obviously, you should be a grandparent, and it goes on and on and on. These milestones are linked to productivity. It's like a social calling card. It's a way you tell people without telling people that you're a successful person, that you're a responsible member of the society. Now, if you don't have any of these milestones ticked out in your life, and then added on top of that is that you're aging, the numbers are counting, it's climbing. I'm like 45, 50, 51, 52, and some of these things aren't ticked off on your list. I think there is a level of shame that we internalize because we feel, whether somebody says it or not, we feel judged by society. And I think that's one of the reasons why we fear aging, why we try not to talk about it, why we try to hide it, why we have sayings like, oh, you do not ask a woman what her age is, because with that shame comes punishment. You are punished whether you opt in or you opt out of this system. So, for instance, if you decide to grow out your grays and not color your grays out and not dye your hair and just live your life as you age, you will be punished for that. If you decide to color out your hair and dye your hair, or if you decide to go under the knife and nip and tuck, you will be punished for that. I feel like for most people, they weigh the punishment. What is the punishment of conformity and what is the punishment of non-conformity? And then they decide to take whichever pill they are willing to live with. My thing is, you're going to be punished anyway. That brings me to my next topic, which is who decides who's desirable. I'm 51 now. As soon as you hit age 48, you start to notice how society treats you differently. It's a thing. It's like you start to disappear. It's like people don't notice you as they used to before, and you feel that whether somebody says it or not, you know it. You feel it in your. You just feel it. The way people treat you is different. the reason why our society is obsessed with youthfulness is also linked to capitalism and how the society sees the role that a woman plays in the system of capitalism. So a woman's worth is attached to what she's able to bring to what she's able to bring to the table, which is how many children are you able to give birth to, because they need those children to be foot soldiers in this capitalist system. So you as a person have to think about the reason why you're afraid, the reason why you're fearful is not in isolation. The reason why you're afraid is not unfounded. It's because there's a system that is built around this idea of youthfulness is useful. Once you are past that age of youthfulness, then your usefulness is no longer valid. Another thing we fear, I think, is more psychological, because we've seen in the past how our parents, our aunties, our grandmothers have been treated in the past. For some cultures, the older the women get, they get put in a box of being a witch, because you I feel like, um, especially when maybe they're now widowed, or maybe they don't have children, then they are categorized as something is wrong with them. And if they can't name that thing that is wrong with them, then they put them in the box of being a witch. And I think psychologically, we are afraid of experiencing the same thing that the people before us have experienced. And I think our fear is rooted in that. Like if you see how your parents were treated, how your grandmother was treated, how your aunties were treated, whether you are conscious of it or not, you make a note in your psyche that, okay, my life is going to be different from that. I'm going to be different. And sometimes you are that difference, that thing that you're running away from, takes over your life, where it rules your life, where you're afraid of aging. These are just a few points, but what I would like to conclude with is that there's no point burying our head in the sand, as I said. There's no point lying to ourselves that these things don't affect us, because they do. Sometimes some of the comments, they will say stuff like, no, but you're beautiful the way you are, and no, don't listen to the naysayers. And while that is true, and while that is valid, I think the first step is to own what it is that is happening to you. Look in the mirror and tell yourself, this is happening. This is where we're going. I'm not saying don't buy the portions. I'm not saying don't buy the creams. I'm not saying don't go for the treatments that you want to go for. Do whatever pleases you. I am of the belief that you do whatever it is that pleases you, whether you opt in or opt out. But know this, that there is no shying away from what's coming and what the truth is. This is what's happening. Lean into that. Come to terms with the fact that this face is changing. The color of my hair is changing. The texture of my skin is changing. The way I look is changing. If the way you look has always been your calling card, maybe now it's no longer going to be that, and you have to come to terms with that. That is the starting point. You have to come to terms with that. You have to tell yourself this is what's happening, and then take further steps, which I will talk about as well. The next thing is take care of your body. This body that you have, this vessel that you have is housing you. If you're lucky, you get to have 80 summers, 80 winters, 90 summers, 90 winters in this body. So take care of it. I feel like the more you take care of this body, the more your attention shifts from you being obsessed with how you look. I'm not saying how you look does not matter, but I am saying that your priority should be on taking care of this body. Move your body, rest, have massages, eat well, rest well, exercise, stretch, talk to your body, thank your body for bringing you this far. Thank your body for the 51 summers, for the 51 winters. Take care of it. The more you take care of this body, the more it will serve you. The next thing is that your wisdom is needed in society, so lean into it. You have that thing where people call older women witches, is actually the intuition that you've spent time to develop. So lean into that. The world needs your wisdom, the world needs your intuition, the world needs you. So lean into getting better at speaking your mind, expressing yourself. I know the older you get, the world expects that you be quiet. I mean, even in the way you dress, they're like, okay, dress more in blacks and in grays. No, actually, maybe go out in yellow. Wear your black if you like, because I like wearing black, but maybe let there be a huge yellow, a huge yellow sun, a red, I don't know, star. Wear whatever color suits you. This is the time for you to lean into what makes you happy. If it's a beautiful color, like Karen Author, a very dear friend who started the trend of wear you're happy, which is the idea that whatever you wear, whatever you put on every day should make you happy. It's not at this point about, okay, maybe how expensive this is or how much I paid for this. No, it's more about the things that bring you joy. Whether it's a scarf, a red scarf that brings you joy, whether there's a story behind that scarf, whether it's a pair of shoes that brings you joy or brings you comfort. Lean into the things that bring you joy. Lean into your wisdom. Lean into your intuition instead of running away and cowering and hiding your voice. Speak out. This is why I started this channel. Even though, okay, yes, I'm a musician, a singer-songwriter, but facing the camera is not easy for me. But the more I tell myself, I'm like, I'm leaning into it, lean into it. The world expects you to cower and go quiet. No, do the opposite. We need more older women, especially older women, talking. This is why I love channels that are by older women. I love when they just show how they live, how they travel, what they eat, whatever it is, lean into it. The world needs you. Lastly, I'd like to say, know that you are more than this body. You are more than this vessel. The real you is the one that's living in this body. Know and recognize that you are spirit that is having an experience in this world, in this timeline. And also be willing to let go of the past, be willing to let go of it so that you can welcome in the new life that is coming to you, so you can welcome in the newness, this new wisdom that is coming to you. But you have to be willing to let go of the past, because what's coming is better, what's coming is stronger, what's coming is more beautiful, what's coming is has more wisdom, what's coming is amazing. But you won't be able to access what's coming until you let go of what's leaving, the things that you no longer have need of. Let go of it, because the future is amazing, and what life has in store for you, you have not even tasted it, you haven't even seen it yet, you haven't even seen the tip of it yet. So those are my few words. If this means something to you, share it with a friend. Like my video, subscribe to my channel, and thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you in the next one.